blowout anyway.
I think so.
Most likely.
Yeah. What's up, y'all? Happy Money Monday, everybody.
Google me, I
good
win.
to see you guys.
Yes, sir. What up? What up?
Yeah, as you're popping in, we were talking college football. Who's your pick for the game tonight? So I think there's a pretty obvious one, but let's see it. And if you guys are if your first time or anything, we're always live Monday at this time as well. Always hopping on here, answering Amazon questions, all that good stuff. And it's a good day to get after it.
Yeah, one thing that's cool, it's a cool story, is I'm pretty sure so the Vanderbilt basketball coach and the Indiana football coach were both at James Madison at the same time together two or 3 years ago, which I think is a pretty cool story because now they're like both the best young coaches in both, or best new coaches. It's a cool story, I feel like, on that. Yeah. I think so. It shows, and those are guys where it's interesting. Some careers, it takes so long to reach massive success, like literally decades, because sports are a hobby, and like everyone likes sports. And the vast majority of people like sports. So therefore it's so much harder to succeed. Like no one dreams as a kid of doing retail arbitrage.
Right. I'm sure that there's got to be a correlation there, just like that concept, like things that, it makes sense. Like things that people want to do for free and like, things that are hard to make a lot of money doing, like, playing football is obviously very high up there.
Incredibly, probably the lowest.
But yeah, on the flip side, like no one dreams of opening up the laptop and looking for stuff to resell. But that's what makes it maybe a little bit easier to be a professional than a professional football coach.
Ironically, though, it's incredibly fun when you find a good friend group to do it with as well, too. On that, but yeah, completely right. And it's like what have like some of the lowest floors earning? It's like plumbing and stuff like that, where it's like our electrician, like if you get XYZ certification and can keep a job, can show up on time, like you make pretty good money.
Yeah, it's
what I mean. Yeah, it's like anything that's a hobby is harder to succeed in, or naturally there's more competition right there. Cool. Sweet. What's up, Carol? What's up, Chris?
So far, we're at a 50% Chris ratio.
We are at
half of the chat and
one
half of the chat is Chris, and we got one on the panel. So we got it's Chris Money Monday here. What's up, y'all?
Indeed, there. Yeah. So whatever questions y'all got about starting and growing your Amazon business, let us know in the chat. Also, we got a couple new Buy Box Bandits podcast episodes on the way. If you're unfamiliar with the Buy Box Bandits, we got like 200 podcast episodes or so that y'all can check out on all podcast platforms and everything here. Warner, that post you made in the Facebook group, you look like a completely different person, man. On that, that's fire. That's absolute fire.
Cool. Chris and I are racing to lose an entire human, I think, in the last year.
Yeah, that's good, dude. Yeah, like. That's very good. What's up, Leffanese? Leffanese doing good work here.
What's up? Yeah, another just kind of like quick PSA. I was always before Money Monday, I like to make sure there's no like big Amazon seller news. This is a minor one, but literally happened today. If you guys sell, it's very specific. If you sell anything that's related to baby sleep, you need to probably sell out pretty quick because they changed like the certifications required. It's a very niche one, but if you happen to sell like the the stuff they're you got babies laying down and that kind of thing. They're looking for like a stricter version of CPCs on that, basically.
Bang, bang. Okay. What's up? Success says, hello, guys. I am new and having a hard time finding a product to start with. So the first step to finding a product to start with is understanding what a good product actually looks like, right? So from your guys' perspective, what would you constitute something that's a good item that maybe gives this seller an idea of what to actually go off of? And then we'll talk strategy after.
Sure.
I'm not the biggest fan of the hard rules, the $3 profit, 30% ROI, but it's probably a good idea to have them as a newer seller. So pick a floor. If it's outside of shoes and clothing, it could be $3 and 30% ROI. I would say stick under like 250,000 in sales rank. Some people are going to say lower. Depending on how much you know about Keepa. And then, in my opinion, it's just going to be a numbers game. And we can talk about this a little bit, but I went and did some retail arbitrage. And then afterwards, I actually figured out my hit rate.
All right, talk to us on that.
What was the hit rate?
So I scanned 67 items. I only had like 15 minutes. So I scanned 67 items.
The teenagers are eating that one up there.
Right. Speed, you're right. The speed mode on Seller Amp is great. But 9 of them were profitable. I could sell 5 of them. So my hit rate was about 6%. So for every 100 items that I scan, I should get about 6 of them that I could actually put in my cart. If we now just extrapolate that out, I scan 1,000, I scan 10,000, etc. That's how you win. Warner, what you got, like 175,000 items looked up?
You got millions,
I think mine's at 2 million now. I
2
do want to
million?
check. Yeah. As far as I know, I'm pretty sure I have the most lookups of any Seller Amp account.
Yeah, I'll show mine. Mine's pretty high too as well.
But yeah, obviously that's with like years of lots of virtual assistants and bigger team than I do now, like looking at items all day.
Yeah, this is all solo mission. Yeah, this has been. I've had VAs, but they haven't used this Seller Amp account.
Let me see. Yeah, I'm at 2.2 million on my the Seller Amp account. So
that's how you win. You if you know what your hit rate is, you know what your batting average is over a long enough period of time. Then you just work backwards into that. I want to find 10 items per week. All right, well, I need to look up 600 items or whatever it is to get to your number.
Yeah, I like that because we talk about like a spend goal and that kind of thing too. But that's even easier to reverse engineer because at that point, it's like, how much time is this going to take me? Right? Because your OA hit rate's probably, that's actually interesting. I guess the OA hit rate could be a lot higher depending on what you're looking at, or a lot lower.
I mean, if you hit a sale and you've got a coupon code and you got a discount gift
then you're
card,
chilling.
Yeah, you're probably gonna do 15-20%.
I bet that retail arbitrage scan is very similar to like just like randomly looking through stores, right? Like you're not aware of what's on sale, you're not aware of like what you could even sell. It's probably pretty similar to like a storefront stock. So
I would imagine
that actually makes sense. Like just kind of thinking about it, like maybe 5% of stuff you're just randomly storefront stocking for ends up being profitable.
Yeah, and not all days are created equal too for OA, and not all places are created equal as well. Like if you just go to a random Target with no sale on, you're going to struggle because it's not a discount store. But at the same time, the past hour, I was on a coaching call where we, as a group, found like 5 or 6 good ASINs that were on the Target Valentine's Day candy sale with buy one, get one 50% off. So it's backed up seasonally and there's a sale on. So of course there's going to be outsized returns in that types of item. When we only went in, and that actually brings me up to a good point. We were using a sourcing method that we don't really share anywhere else for free besides on the free class that Warner and I are hosting tomorrow night. So make sure to get registered for that if you want to see a bunch of sourcing sauce we don't share anywhere else for free, and everything too as well, guys. Yeah, exactly. That Target sale we talked about. It's also clearance season in general for retail arbitrage too.
We've been talking about the yellow tag sales. That's was that what you were hitting, Chris? Like was it yellow tag at your store?
So I didn't go to TJ Maxx. I ran over to I parked in the parking lot at TJ Maxx. I saw a Target across the street and I was like, let's go there. I was hoping for 70% clearance, but they only had 30%. So
okay.
I
mean, 6% at Target's pretty good. Like,
yeah,
I feel like it'd be higher at like a TJ Maxx or Raw. I assumed it was like a discount store.
Yeah, action figures and stuff right now. I remember, dude, Warner, every action figure you and I were scanning last year was good.
Yeah, especially like right before Christmas. It was like that stuff's crazy. And then right now when it's like super cheap, you can hold it for a little while or sell it now.
Yeah. Bobby says, is FBA or FBM better to start with? I'm finding more auto engates with FBM. So it's probably that you're actually just storefront stocking FBM people and finding more auto engates as a result of that, because there's no difference in ungating between FBM and FBA because you can do both on basically every item, right? But I'd say the playbook is, as long as you can see other people FBMing it, you should FBM it, right? But not everything will you be able to FBM. Right there. What up, Chris? Says, I have my first FBA sale pending for a couple of days now. How long does it usually take for sales to condition and complete status? Typically 1 or 2 days. Sometimes you have people whose like credit cards are declining and stuff like that, which is probably what's happening in this.
You might have had an unlucky first sale. Yeah.
Yeah, first up. Yeah. I believe Chris, you're a sales tax free king, right? Aren't you Philly area, man?
But yeah,
I got $1,000 sale pending since like the 22nd of December.
You're just waiting. You're about to break the rules. Send them a personal text message.
Right.
Dude, I remember I was so annoyed by this lady who gave me a bad review. I like looked her up on Facebook back in the day and was like, I didn't hit her up, but I was like, dude,
I feel like a lot of us did that like super early on. Like you can
I was breaking rules like crazy. Yeah.
I feel every new seller breaks some rules, varying severity for sure though.
Yeah, there's like you're pumping FBM when you start to get like orders from like colleges you recognize. I remember one of LeBron James Jr.'s basketball teammates, he ordered from me and I recognized his name and I looked up, it was around where he was playing high school.
Interesting.
So I was like, that's definitely him. What was interesting was he's 7 feet. And he bought socks that were like not gonna fit him. Like, dude, like not gonna fit him at all. I think they were. I mean, dude, if you're 7 feet, your feet size are probably bigger than 15s. But I think there were 12 to 15 socks, so maybe they fit him.
I remember I when I was doing a lot of books, I ended up shipping a book to the dorm room I was living at the time, like the same like not the same dorm room, but like the same residence hall I was living in. It was like a different person. I was like, do I know this person?
Those are very low odds of that. Yeah,
that's closer than I've ever shipped.
Yeah, it's because
like 2 streets over, but never.
That's my closest to as well. Yeah,
it's because it was a textbook that they only used at like UARC and like a couple other schools. So like it was only going to ever be sold in like a couple Arkansas colleges is why.
What kind of book do they only use at an Arkansas college? What kind of
that's I don't want to get us canceled or anything, but
dude, I had this teacher in college. Well, dude, this is like a crazy loop, man. This is a crazy loop. So he wrote the textbook and he would update it every year. So it was like I low-key think he even like invented the type of math that it was, which is kind of BS. But I guess if it's proven,
we might be in the wrong niche in the reselling. We gotta figure out how to sell a textbook that's the exact same thing.
$400 textbook.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, man. Dude, yeah,
sweet.
Here.
Yeah, a bunch of good questions. Oh, that's cool, Blake. Yeah. Let's see. When you're sourcing, what do you pay attention to when you're looking at the buy box? Just make sure it's not going like 100% to like one person if it's got a bunch of people on it. Or just make sure like the brand's not on it. Those are like the 2 biggest red flags. But you also got to remember the buy box is not universal. Like the stats you're looking at might be completely different in a different part of the country. So it's better to look at like the new offer count, see if people are like selling out on the listing. Data offers tab is also useful. Like in general, avoid things where you don't really see much go into other people, but you can still kind of sneak in sometimes.
The Arkansas faithful is
that's cool, Jared. Yeah, I grew up like 30 minutes from there.
Esoteric knowledge. Success says when sourcing. Oh, we already did that one. How can I join your live? Ooh, so we've never done a call. I've actually done a call-in show once. That would be Reezy used to do that back in the day. Do you guys remember when Reezy used to do that?
Yep.
That was a cool format, man. Yeah, that is a cool format. Actually, bring people on and ask their questions. That would be interesting. Consider to set up.
You got to get a whole like Dave Ramsey vibe going. You got people getting pre-screened, like.
Well, that's the only risk there.
Yeah.
Said, Dave, this is Chris calling from Orlando, Florida.
Although it's been a while since we've had like people used to be sending like ASINs to review and it'd be like a sex toy or something like
that hasn't happened in a while. Yeah.
Well, you guys got to start messing with us again or something like that.
Yeah.
Sweet.
Ooh, good question from Sharon here. Says, would you recommend buying product that you find profitably at Walmart before you even ungate in the category? Yeah, because you can use Walmart to ungate it. Assuming or period, that's true regardless, but it makes sense to do when it makes a lot of sense to do when you know you're going to be able to sell that when it does hit or not. You can use Walmart to ungate. I said that wrong. Where it really makes sense to do that, especially as a newer seller, is when it's a big opportunity that once it gets ungated, there's going to be a boatload of ASINs in that category you can sell or a boatload of ASINs in that brand that you can sell. That's when it makes the most sense.
For sure. See, Jared had a question earlier. He said he's new to Amazon. He's trying to look up some products, and you can't really find some. You're trying to look them up on Amazon. Yeah. So sometimes, like, if you look up a product and it doesn't pull anything, like it's pretty common with retail arbitrage, just isn't on Amazon yet. Almost never going to be worth like trying to bring it on just because you don't own the brand registry for it. But you're probably not doing anything wrong if you're not finding a match on Amazon. Sometimes there can also be things where you might be looking at a multi-pack and there's only the single on Amazon or vice versa. So you could look for something like that as well.
Used to be nice and easy to create new listings, man. It was great.
Garrett used to do it all the time for us back in the day, which was heavily appreciated because I've still never done it, honestly.
For sure. What up, Junkman? You said you're flipping books to Dixon Street Bookstore. We got my entire home city in
damn, bro, the Arkansas faithful, man. Yeah, the Arkansas faithful's out
here. The
here.
Razorback faithful in chat today.
Yeah.
Maybe by the time I'm 80, we'll end up sniffing the playoffs.
They should have thrown in for Lane Kiffin or something. What would you sell your first item on Amazon? Dude, yeah, I mean, books are a great place to start, dude. I actually posted a video about selling books today, how you can literally get started with no money. That and then retail and online arbitrage. Yeah.
Yeah. Like tactically, like I know a lot of you guys are trying to find the first item, that kind of thing. Go to any retail store brand is the typical advice I like to give, right? Because they're buying it from that retail store. Kirkland Signature, they're buying it from Costco. Athletic Works, you're buying it from Walmart, right? Then you at least know you're looking at people who are doing the same thing you want to be doing. Just kind of figure out what they're selling, what they're having success on. And it's obviously like the basics of reverse sourcing. Where it gets more fun is when you just do a little bit of research to figure out, like, all right, of those brands, like what's on sale, what has good discounted gift cards, what are extra ways I can create margin. Obviously a ton of our content is based on that. Literally go to any 3 of our channels, watch some videos, you'll see that happen in action, kind of us sourcing products. There's another Arcans, and we got my whole state's in chat tonight. Let's see. Are there Amazon sellers that do 6 or 7 figures a year without manually ungating anything? I doubt it.
They exist, but that's completely
there'd be no real reason to.
Yeah, zero reason. Yeah.
Even if you just got auto ungated, I mean, just requesting to get ungated every time you come up against one, you're gonna hit gold somewhere.
Yeah, you're playing on hardcore mode or something at that point. For sure. You heard Amazon is shafting the book guys. I mean, they've definitely not made it easy on used booksellers over the last couple of years.
Understandably,
I didn't ever really think, unless you kind of scale it with like warehouses and buying huge truckloads and that kind of thing, it was never really like a long-term business anyways. So like it still serves the purpose it serves, right? Just clearing out your bookshelf, stuff you haven't used in a while, learn how to make sales, maybe at a thrift store or two if you want to buy $1 inventory instead of $10 inventory, and then from there, like, you don't want to be doing it for long anyways.
Yeah, the guys who get really, really big, I mean, you can, like, we interviewed someone who they do $100 million a year in book sales, but you've got to have warehouses,
like serious connections, and
yeah. Ooh, good question. So see a lot at 2K and then a lot at 10K. Right there, yeah. Dude, I was on fire finding. I blessed this dude on a coaching call earlier today. We were just cooking on auto and gates, man.
What are a couple of the newer brands you've been finding,
dude? So the vinyl category, actually,
that's what I've been noticing.
Yeah, vinyl category. I'll put you guys on serious game here. This is stream exclusive wealth drop. Screen exclusive wealth drop. It's mostly just Walmart and Target. Walmart, all you need is your tax exempt certificate. And then Target, it's really good when it's on sale, buy 2, get 1 free, which is not right now, but is very often, right? So if you look up like any of the Taylor Swift vinyls, anything you see with 10+ sellers, that's going to be a good place to start for the vinyl game. And you got to think long-term with it, right? Because a lot of it comes from Target when that sale is on, but that sale isn't always on, right? But if you find something that's going for 30 and it's $20 on Target, just add it to a spreadsheet and buy it when the buy 2, get 1 free turns on,
Yep. Absolutely. Good way to make sure you guys are checking your sales gauger and stuff too. It's a good way to get those free sales notified. Let's see. What's the transparency listing application? Is it worth going through the process? So transparency codes are like an extra barcode. Basically, you can Google like transparency barcode. sometimes they'll come on your items by default, but typically they're only going to be on items where the brand is expecting that item to end up on Amazon. So typically, like they had added if you buy directly from the brand or something like that. Now sometimes they'll put it in the packaging, and it's basically just like an anti-counterfeit measure. But if you don't have the transparency code, then you just can't sell the listing, because effectively it looks like you're selling counterfeits at that point.
And you got to have 5 of them to get approved for the listing. So you got to have 5 different transparency codes you can take a picture of and send in.
Thoughts on hazmat items for new sellers? Yeah. What are I actually have I've never sold any of it. What's the exact guidelines for that? Is it just you need to put the hazmat sticker on it and no air shipping, or what's the exact methodology?
If you're gonna merchant fulfill, you do have to do it right, because it's 10 grand a pop if you get caught doing it wrong.
Yeah, my boy KT, he didn't get hit for that, but he pools he was selling back in the day, he got charged a ton of money, and he's talked about it on podcasts before and stuff.
But yeah, most things, I would say 9 out of 10 things that you're going to ship probably need that limited quantity sticker, which is the diamond with the 2 shaded sides, and maybe like a this way up sticker, and it's going to need to go ground.
Print that, unbox them. Yeah, you can do all those stickers, unbox them.
Yeah, I've got mine in there already. And then if you also need to get approved if you want to send it into FBA, so you got to go in and request dangerous goods approval, and that can take anywhere from a week to a year, just whenever Amazon feels like getting around to it. It's pretty easy, and it scares a lot of people, but there's really good money in that stuff.
For sure. The hack is if you sell some FBM, it can get you boosted up the FBA wait list. That's what I found. Like no one told me that. Spent like a year waiting for it, and then like I think Jimmy told me, it's like, just list on FBM and you got approved in like a week. So like, yeah, just sell something FBM, you'll get boosted up it.
You mentioned Walmart. You ever get ungated? Yeah, exactly. Yeah, there's the ungating guidelines are interesting, right? Because like Walmart has to work, because so many Walmart brands are gated brands that you just get unlocked using it. Right. So yeah, like stuff like that isn't always perfect and everything right there. But yeah, that's an example of a site you can totally use, like all big websites.
Yeah.
And any brand
you kind of realize like different websites work a little bit better. Like Walmart's, they just don't work super well. Like they do work.
Yeah, they do work. It just going to take a little while.
If you can buy direct from the brand's website, those are always better. For sure. Let's see how much selling 2025. I've sold just shy of 2 million last year, Dennis. Just focus on profit basically. Yeah, we sold like 500,000 less, but made more profit. So I will take that. Less work, more money.
Absolutely.
Let's see. Do IP complaints only affect live sellers or all historical sellers? So you can get IP complaints for listings that you used to sell. Typically, they're only going to send IP complaints to people who are still on it. But like I've had IP complaints from something I haven't sold in like 3 or 4 months, which is obviously kind of annoying. Which is why, like, if it's a brand you don't plan on restocking or selling again, like, generally after that return window closes, it's a good idea to like delete the listing. Just kind of close yourself on that liability.
Did you get hit on Clinique or something?
It was honestly, it was a book, that the one that comes to mind, where I had sold it. Like this was way back in the day. Like it was one used book, and they hit me with an IP complaint like 4 months after I was sold out, which is like, come on, man, it's one used copy. What are we doing here?
Can I just make a video on how to use Boxem to get reviews? Warner has one. You want to drop that in chat, Warner? On the Boxem.
Yeah, I'll drop that in chat for you.
Cool. All right. So yeah, thanks to everyone for tuning in for another Money Monday. So we do have a free class going out tomorrow night at 7 p.m. Eastern. We'll set you guys up nicely, show you how to find auto ungate leads, show you how to use Seller and Keepa, the shipment process and everything, right? And then as well too, a lot of stuff we just don't share anywhere else for free too. So make sure to get registered for that. It's tomorrow night, 7 p.m. Eastern. And y'all have a great rest of your Monday. Go Canes, baby. Go Canes. Go Canes. Go Canes. See you later. Y'all be great. Y'all be great.
Have a good rest of your day.